Good morning, people. It is Monday. I just worked out and I was talking to Heather from Soggy Expat Book Nerd. We were just chatting on Instagram and I said something to her that made her think of something, but actually she made me think of something. Well, like her comment. Anyway, basically, this pandemic has been going on for 13 months, which means I've been living in yoga pants for 13 months. And here's the thing, like this is, I don't want to say it's our new normal, but this is not ending anytime soon. I'm still living in yoga pants. Like, how does that impact the way I live my life and the way I view myself and all that sort of stuff? So I decided that I'm going to start wearing real clothes on most days and change when I'm ready to work out like normal people used to do. So there's that. And yeah, but so here's the thing. I got ready and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear a dress today, okay? Just casual dress, but it's still a dress. But then it's still a little bit chilly and I needed leggings, so I actually still have yoga pants on. But it's the idea. And also I'm doing my hair. When was the last time I did my hair? It's been in a ponytail or scrunched for a very, very long time. So that is my new change in my life today. We're going to see how, well, this week, we're going to see how it works out for me. The other new change, I have like a lot of new changes this week. I'm like a new woman after spring break. So I want to wear real clothes every day. I also want to work out more often, or do light physical activity more often, because here's the thing, I work from home. I would love to work from home next year, but I need to change how I'm doing it because I'll get like 3,000 steps in a day. And then I've noticed over spring break that I just go and do stuff. And it's not like I'm trying to work out or anything, but I easily get 10,000 steps. And that's what it used to be too when I was like a real human working in a real school. I would easily get all my steps in. And so normally I would set my steps to like 12,500 because that was a bit more challenging for me and I would actually have to work out. So I'm going to try and work out or do activity 3 times a day, which means for today, I did body pump in the morning, which is like a class where you lift weights, and I only did a half-hour version of it. It's actually like a 55-minute class, but I did it. And then I thought for lunch, I could just either walk or bike ride every day at lunch. So like just something where I'm getting outside and moving. And then it'll depend on the day, but typically in the evenings, then I'll do yoga. So today I'm going to yoga at 5:30. So that is my plan, 3 times a day to be active. And my other thing is that I freaking love YouTube, but I think I'm kind of wasting a lot of reading time by watching it. And I want to just like try and maximize my free time with reading. So I'm going to try and focus a bit more on reading this week and see if I can still read a book a day, which I was doing during spring break, except for when my friend came, then I kind of didn't read as much, but I almost look like I'm a real teacher. All right, my page 1 subscription box came in. There's all these people that have been posting their videos and I've been like, no, I'm not allowed to watch them because I don't want it to ruin my box and my little like extra gift that I get. So I'm opening it now for you guys. Oh, ooh, that's exciting. Okay, totally probably not vegan at all. But there's some snacks, which is okay because, you know, I'm only pretend vegan anyway, or veganish, or vegetarian with very strong vegan leanings that rarely eats anything that's not vegan in my house, but that kind of is a long title. These are aged cheddar cheese straws. Then a bookmark that says, I find television very educating. Every time someone turns on the set, I go into the other room and read a book. Oh, this is my life. Okay. Then, oh, I thought I said cheese for a second. Sometimes, I don't know if this happens to other people, I read so quickly that I'll only read like a few of the letters and then it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, wait, what? So I thought it said cheese, but oh no, it says cheer. A little box of cheer word magnets. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but that looks super cute. And then this little thing that says like, send the book back if you don't like it, whatever, you already have it. It's a thin little book, paperback, I can tell. And this is like my favorite part of the month. Oh, I already have this. It sounds amazing, but I'm gonna have to send it back because I do already have it. And it is Lady Killers. So yeah, I'm gonna have to send this one back, unfortunately. Page 1, and I'm already the biggest fan of this book. There shouldn't be any monsters left in Lucille. The city used to have them, of course. What city didn't? They used to be everywhere, thick in the air in offices, in the streets, and in people's own homes. They used to be the police and teachers and judges and even the mayor. Yeah, the mayor used to be a monster. Lucille has a different mayor now. This mayor is an angel. The last couple of mayors have all been angels. Not like a from heaven, not quite real type of angel, but a from behind and inside and in front of the revolution, therefore very real type of angel. It was the angels who took apart the prisons and the police, who held councils prosecuting the former officers who'd shot children and murdered people, sentencing them to restitution and rehabilitation. Many people thought it wasn't enough, but the angels were only human, and it's hard to build a new world without making people angry. You try your best, you move with compassion, you think about big structures. No revolution is perfect. In the meantime, the angels banned firearms, not just because of the school shootings, but also because of the kids who shot themselves and their families at home. The civilians who thought they could shoot people who didn't look like them just because they got mad or scared or whatever, and nothing would happen to them, because the old law liked them better than the dead. The angels took the laws and changed them, tore down those horrible statues of rich men who'd owned people and fought to keep owning people. The angels believed, and the people agreed, that there was a good amount of proper and deserved shame in history, and some things were just never going to be things to be proud of. All right, you guys, yesterday was crazy. I didn't have a vlog at all, but something good happened. So over my spring break, I decided I need an extra part-time job. So I teach full-time. Then I teach VIP Kid, which is Kids in China, in the mornings before school, but not every morning. I feel like there's been a surge of teachers since COVID has happened, and now it's a bit harder to get kids, so I actually only do that a few times a week. And then I tutor my friend's kid who lives in Wisconsin once a week. And now I had an interview yesterday and I actually got the job. So, well, okay, let me just rephrase that. I have a contingent offer and basically my background check needs to go through. Can't have committed any crimes. And my friends have to say they like me. So hopefully that goes well. I should find out next week, like, that I'm legit in. But basically, I will be a reservation specialist for the Park District. Not in my county, but in the next one over, the county I grew up in. And essentially, like, people reserve park facilities for weddings, family reunions, stuff like that. And my job will be to call them like at the beginning of the week, like a week before their reservation or so, or a few days before, and just like go through what they ordered and make sure it still is what they want. Remind them of the alcohol policy. If they, for weddings and for our nicer properties, we do allow alcohol, but they have to like have already signed up ahead of time and all that stuff. So I just go through all that with them, see if they have any questions or wondering anything or whatever. And yeah, that's it for then. And then I arrive about like a half hour, an hour before their reservation starts, make sure everything's ready. And then I welcome them when they get there, make sure they don't need anything extra. And then I take off. Now, I don't know where I can go necessarily because I live 35 minutes from the place that I will be working, and I will be on call the entire time that they have the reservation. So I have to figure out like how far is too far to go, basically. Like I want to stay close in case they need anything. But honestly, from what I hear, that's only happened like twice ever that they've needed something, but just in case I need to stay close because I'll be on call, which means I'll have loads of time for reading. And I think I'll be getting paid for reading. Like, what is that, right? Because I can't really do anything. Like I can't like I'll be on call, right? So I can't just like go hiking or, you know, go on an adventure, but I can read. So I think that's awesome. And then after their reservation is over, I'll stop by, like ask them about their experience and how things went. And then I'll kind of tidy up a little bit, take out the trash and stuff, and lock up. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm super excited. I feel like it's a perfect chill job for me because I want to work and make some extra cabbage. I also freaking love people, no matter how much of an introvert I say I am. Like, I really love people, and like to be there for them, like on their wedding day or whatever, just to make it the best experience for them. Or like a family reunion where maybe they didn't have one last year, and so this is like, oh, like an extra heavenly family reunion. I am so excited. So yeah, I'll let you know when it's official, but I'm super excited. All right, you people. So, I wanted to talk to you about the book Pet, and I'm here in my pajamas because I've not been feeling the best the past few days, my stomach and such, because I ate too much crap this weekend, and also it was not vegan, and I'm not a vegan. I'm veganish, but dairy is not my friend. So, anyway, I'm joining you in my pajamas, to talk about Pet, and I'm kind of glad I waited. I just got done with my Read the Rainbow book club thing, and, so the book Pet is weird. So, basically, I was about to get rid of it, just because I'm glad I read it, but the weird factor was a bit too strong for me. And then after listening to everyone talk about it and talking about it with them, like, I kind of think I'm going to keep it. I kind of really like it. Like, I was able to dive deeper into it. But basically, just for like the basic plot, in case you're interested, Pet is about this trans girl named Jam. She lives with her mom and dad. Her mom is an artist, and first I should tell you, she lives in this town. I think it's called Lucille. Yep. And basically, it's kind of in the future. The world used to be filled with monsters who killed people who were not their skin color, who put people in prison for ridiculous reasons, basically did all these horrible things, abused children, treated people with like they were less than, basically, like all the bad things that monsters used to do not happen anymore in this world, because angels basically fought against the monsters and made a world where people are all treated well, and people are not killed by police officers. In fact, I don't even think police officers exist. And so it's kind of this utopian world. And yeah, so that's kind of the environment that they're in. And Jam is the main character, who's the trans girl. Her mom is the artist, like I was saying, and created this work of art. Well, one time Jam, I think she was home alone at the time, she went to see her mom's latest painting or whatever, and didn't realize that there were razor blades like in the painting. So she ended up actually cutting herself on accident because she touched it and there were razor blades and they cut her hand. So when she did that, then this creature basically started talking to her from the painting and asking for help to get out of the painting because it kind of like came to life. And this creature, its name is Pet, and basically it kind of informed Jam that even though they're in this society where they think there are no monsters, that actually isn't true. There are still monsters. And basically people have kind of been complacent because they think that their world is just like good now, and it's not. So this creature Pet is going to help Jam defeat the monsters that are still in the world. So that was the weird factor, was kind of like distracting for me. I feel like it was too much weirdness. But then, like, just talking about it with people, I saw not only the things I noticed in this book really, really strongly, but just all these other things that the author was doing that I hadn't really paid attention to, which is partially because I read it in a coffee shop today when it was really, really loud, and partially because just when you read with other people, they pick up on stuff that you have not picked up on. So yeah, I really, really like it now, and I think I'm gonna keep it. I think that basically, I'm trying to think like how I can say this. One part that I really noticed is that, basically people can easily become complacent. Like my kind of example was that in the United States, we have a president now who I'm not the biggest fan of, to be quite honest, but way better than what was before. Like, it's like life-changing, amazing, all this stuff. But that doesn't mean that you can just give up fighting for the things that are right, because bad things are still happening, first of all. This has been an interesting week in the United States. And like also there's still like, I don't even want to say Republicans, but like Trump supporters, which are just like completely different than belonging to a political party. They're still here. They're still like, yeah, they're still around, and they might be quiet, but that doesn't mean they're not there. And so like, what are we doing to actively work towards a better world all the time, every day, rather than being complacent? And then there were also ideas on like monsters versus angels, and like, are people ever completely angels or completely monsters? And like, is there even such thing as like binary, you know, when it comes to all areas of life? And then I was kind of discussing how the weird factor was very distracting to me. And I'm trying to think of like what people said and the best way to word it. But basically, like, did the author do that on purpose? Because like how we respond to this text by just like possibly dismissing it because of the weird factor. Like, do we treat others in that way when we find out they're gay or queer or trans or, you know, any of those things, non-binary? Like, do we dismiss them because they're different or whatever? And there's just like so many things in here to discuss. This is, I would say, definitely a YA book, but it's also written at like a middle grade level. So lots of kids can have access to it, even if their reading level isn't higher. And obviously like a middle grade kid could access the story in this text, but then there's so much depth to it that like a YA teenager sort of person or an adult could access. So yeah, I think I definitely appreciate this book so much more now that I discussed it. And then the other thing, if you guys are ever interested in the Reading the Rainbow Book Club, stay tuned, because
things might be happening. I don't know. I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything. But it's a really amazing book club to be part of, and I am so grateful for this opportunity. So I'm going to read in bed for a little bit and chill, and hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow. Anyway, see you guys.